Hello guys, welcome back to episode 2 of Lifetime Investment in Agriculture. Okay, if you are not new to my YouTube channel, I've been talking about lifetime investment in agriculture, that is what you can invest your money into. And I mentioned about 5 long time crops that can what you can invest your money into. And in that particular episode, when I talked about cocoa farming, okay, so if you haven't watched that particular video yet, please do want to scroll to my YouTube channel to watch that particular video and learn something out of it. But today's particular episode 2 will be based on palm tree farming. It's very important, this particular topics. Okay, so stay tuned and watch this particular video to the end. And please, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, do want to subscribe, turn on the notification bell to be notified when next I drop a particular videos like this for you. And like I said, today's particular video will be based on palm tree farming. This particular topics, I believe, is not news to any of us here. Okay, palm tree farming is one of the best and also a long time crops that you can invest your money into. And if you are thinking of starting up this particular business of a thing, you need to put some things into consideration in order for you to achieve this particular stuff. Okay, now what are the things that you need to put into consideration in order for you to achieve this particular venture? The number one step is make your business plan. It's very important. Okay, you will need to sit down, strategize your business plan by making research where you can get your palm tree seedling from the capital intensive for this particular stock to be established. Those are the things that I need to put into consideration. Okay, after you might have done that, then the next step is to purchase your land. Okay, in this particular business of it, on this particular ventures, it's not advisable for you to lease a land or to borrow the land to use. Okay, it's best for you to buy a land for it. You need to buy your own land that you can have a document over it that can show that this particular land belongs to you. Like I said, it's a long time stuff. It's not something that you do and within a short period of time you will be expecting in return. Okay, so it's a long time stuff, so it's best for you to plant your land. And also, if you want to get this particular stuff, you can think of getting 1 acre of land or an hectares of land. And 1 hectares of land is about 2.5 acres of land. Okay, and it's a long time stuff, so if you want to go into it, I will advise you start with 1 acre or an hectares worth of land. It's a long time stuff, so you are looking into making a lot of profit from it. So if you start with a plot or 2 plots, you are not going to make something reasonable. Okay, but when you start with like an acres or an hectares of land, it's very important. Okay, 1 acre or an hectares of land, depending on your location. I'm not giving you the price of an acre of land or hectares of land here. Okay, it depends on your location. Okay, if you are living in a place whereby land is cheap, you can purchase this at a cheaper rate. And if you are living in a place where the land is is costly, you can purchase it at that particular rate. Okay, so look for where it's cheaper and also good for your planting of your palm tree. Okay, and if you are purchasing this particular land, what are the things that you need to check for? In order for you to buy a very good land, you need to check the topography of the land, and also how well is this particular land. Is it on a land close to the forest? Is it a land that is close to environment whereby people can get easy access to? Those are the things that you need to check in order for you to purchase a very good land. And the next step is to start your preparation of the land. After you might have gotten your land, then you need to clear your land. And it also depends on the location or the environment that you are buying the land. If you are buying a land that is close to probably a forest or a virgin land that is close to a forest, then it might requiring you falling some trees in order for you to have access to an open land. Okay, so it depends on where you are buying the land. That would depends the amount of money that you use to clear your land. Okay, if it's a land that doesn't require much tree, then you just need to clear the bush, and you can pay about 20,000 naira, 30,000 naira to clear that particular bush. And if the land is a forest, then you need to force some trees in order for you to get access. So that depends on where you are buying the land. Okay, but next step is to clear your land, make your land look more okay. Then that is when you start planting your palm trees and seedling. Now the next step, after you might have cleared the land and everything is set off, then you need to consider the type of palm tree seedling that you'll be planting. Okay, and this particular aspect is one of the best and one of the important aspects that you need to put into consideration. Although we have several breed or varieties of this particular seedling, but the best among all these particular ones, they are the Tenera and also the Supergen. They both are hybrid and they are best in terms of production and in terms of in terms of growth. They don't grow very tall. They are kind of a dwarf palm tree, but they produce a lot of fruit. So those are the best for you to go into. Either you are buying a Tenera on seedling or a Supergen. The difference between this particular both, like I said, they are both hybrid, but the difference between them is the time that it produces their fruit. The Tenera is within the spaces of 3 to 4 years. That is when you start harvesting the fruit. While the Supergen, 1 to 2 years. That is when you start harvesting your fruit. Okay, so you need to check and make your research about it in order for you to know the best one for you to choose. Okay, now after you might have done that, then the next step is the planting of the seedling. Very, very important. In this particular area, you can't just do it on your own. You need to get an expert that are already into this particular business, that are very dedicating and also have the knowledge of planting it very well, because this particular stuff requires some techniques. You can't just go there and start planting it, because you need to plant and you need to give it a space, like a 10-meter space before you plant another one. So these particular areas of the planting is done by the professionals, because they need to dig a very deep hole and a very well hole in order for them to plant that particular seedling inside. Okay, so you get a professional, and if you are looking for a professional in this particular niche or who can plant your seedling for you, you can reach out to me. I will help you out with that. Okay, after you might have done that, then what are the next thing is the maintenance of this particular palm tree that you planted. You can't just plant your palm tree and you just forget about it, that they are going to turn their own and the rest of the stuff within 4 to 5 years. You are coming back that you want to harvest your stuff. You are not going to see anything there. Okay, so you need to do a proper maintenance of this particular stuff. If you are investing a huge amount of money into this particular business or this particular venture, then definitely you need to put that maintenance into consideration. Okay, and one of the amazing thing about this particular palm tree, it doesn't require much maintenance that much. Okay, within 3 months the space of 3 month interval, that is when you go there and you clear the bush around your farm. Okay, but the maintenance should be there. You need to put that into consideration. After the planting, the maintenance within the area of the maintenance, that is when you need to fertilize your soil. After planting the seedling, you fertilize your soil by bringing different manures to where you plant the stuff to serve as food to the new plants on seedling that you just planted. Okay, bring your fertilizer, fertilize it in order for them to grow very, very well. After you might have done that, then the next step is just for you to be checking your palm tree, see how they are doing, see how they are faring, and the next step is for you to be on expecting the fruit in return. Okay, and it depends on the number of palm tree that you are planting. That will depend on the number of the fruits that will bring in us, although it depends on the branches or the leaf that each of the palm tree produces. That will determine the number of the fruit that it will be bringing out. Those are things I want you guys to put into consideration if you want to go into palm tree farming. Okay, and one of the amazing thing about this particular farming of the thing, that it has a lot of benefits. Okay, if you think of going into this palm tree of the thing, it has a lot of benefits. Do you know how much they are selling on 5 liters of red oil right now, which is the palm oil? Do you know how much they are selling it? It's around 5,000 naira to 6,000 naira thereabout, like this particular one showing right here. Okay, if you want to buy an oil, you can reach out to me. I can help you out with that as well. Okay, so if you go into this particular stuff, you produce your oil out of it, and you are not depending on the oil alone. The seed itself, which is what we call the palm kernel, is also produced. You can extract another oil from it, which is beneficiary to human's body and beneficiary to human's health as well. And also, after you extract the oil from it, there's something we call the residue, which is called the PKC. is a very good nutritious food for our livestock animal like our pigs, the chickens, and the rest of the stuff. So everything about palm tree is beneficiary to what our health and also to our livestock animals as well. So if you invest your money into this particular venture or this particular niche, then definitely you are going to make your money out of it in different areas. Okay, so in one of my videos I'll be talking about how you can make oil from palm tree as well. But this particular stuff will just cover how to plant your palm tree, how to go into palm tree plantation in Nigeria. It could not be only in Nigeria. Probably if you're staying in another country, then just follow this particular few steps that I just mentioned, and before you know, you start making money out of this particular palm tree. And like I said, it's a long-term crop. It's not something that you just do within a short period of time. It's a long-time investment. So for people that are living not in Nigeria, that are living in abroad or living in several countries, and they're looking for what you can invest your money into in agriculture, I would suggest for you to go into this particular palm tree on plantation, and you thank me on later for this particular stuff. Okay, so I decided to make this particular video short for you. Whichever person that wants to go into palm tree farming, that palm tree is one of the livestock farming that is very lucrative and profitable. Okay, if you want to ask more questions on it, where you can get your seedling from, you can reach out to me and I'll discuss with you there. Okay, the comment section is there. You can drop your comment as well and let us know what you think about this particular YouTube channel. And bye for now.